Hello and welcome to a brand new video. It's me, Sanders, the guy who doesn't own a car yet, but still goes to more meets than a guy with 3 project builds. If you've ever been to a car meet thinking, wait, is this legal? Then this video is for you. Today I'm talking about the different types of car meets around the UK. From peaceful Sundays with flat whites to late night chaos that ends in blue lights and fender benders. So, let's get into the video. So, let's start with one of the safest meets out of all of them, static meets. These are the type of meets where people roll in, they park their car up, and it's just pure vibes. When you go there, you'll see clean builds, you'll see people with various different camera setups, and owners showing off their rides. It's mostly some of the best meets I've been to, but occasionally there's that one person with a 1.4 rev bombing the hell out of it, thinking that they're starting on pole in an F1 race. Generally, at static meets, there are no racing, there's no burnouts, it's just pure appreciation. At static meets, people walk around, they take pictures of cars, they talk to a bunch of different people, talk to the owners of their cars, and generally it's full of people who genuinely respect the car scene. We're trying to put a good name to it, and occasionally at these meets you may hear the word OEM Plus or Stage 1 remap being mentioned, being thrown around like confetti, but I'll cover them terms in a video in the future. So generally, static meets are some of the safest and some of the best ones you can go to, as long as the venue, as long as the location provider is okay with it, and as long as people abide by the rules, basically treat others with the respect of the venue. But once someone has a little too much fun, like sending it on when leaving, doing burnouts, creating too much noise, it puts everybody at risk who's at the meet. And generally the police are called and do come down and shut the car meet down, which puts a bad name to the club but also to the car scene in general. So in my opinion, static meets 8 out of 10. Next we have tunnel meets and cruises. These are usually more mobile meets, if you'd like to call them that, and they're organised online. For these such meets, people either wait at service stations or they wait at car parks, and then they all leave in a massive group heading to major locations such as underground tunnels, ring roads, or dual carriageways where the speed limit is slightly increased. People go to these cruises just for mostly for the sake of the sounds, the turbo flutters, the pops and bangs, the downshifts in tunnels. It's practically like a free concert for car enthusiasts and petrol heads among alike. Occasionally, you will see people in camera cars where they'll be shooting rollers or doing full-on documentations for viral videos. You either see them hanging out of windows or see them in the back of vehicles such as 4x4s, harnessed in and on the edge of the boot with a professional camera setup with gimbals and all of that stuff. Usually the risk is mixed with this category. If people follow the general road rules, then it's kind of okay. But if somebody gets a little out of two hand, speeding when they're not supposed to, being obnoxious on the road, or completely being an ass in general, that's when they'll receive unwanted attention from the police in unmarked units most of the time. As well, sometimes if things get out of hand, these convoys are followed by the police. They all get pulled over to a side. They get given charges for dangerous driving. So, is it really worth it in the end? I would say no. So, to me, I would rate this a 6 out of 10. So, track days and drift experiences. These are for the drivers. The golden standard is either track days, drift experiences, or legal driving experiences. You can book tracks such as Donington Park, Brands Hatch, or Santa Pod. You can bring your own car if you want, or rent a car there, get geared up, and basically drive flat out in a confined and contained space where you can have as much fun as you want. But however, there's no guessing here. It's all with your skills what you have. You might see multiple different types of builds, ranging from MX-5s with welded diffs, E36s prepared to be drifting, or a modified Honda Civic. Nobody cares what car you're driving there, as long as you're having fun, can go flat out, and be in control of your vehicle if things don't go as planned. This is the most safest and legal way you can push your car without getting fined, without your car getting seized, or your neighbours calling the police, reporting you for having fun. Sure, it costs more money. Sure, you're going to be spending money on rentals, you're going to be spending money on possibly tyres or even track insurance, so if you do damage something there, the expense will be reduced. But still, it comes with a few positives. The positives are that if you crash, you won't be given a fine or arrested or getting your car seized. It will just be a marshal waving a flag around. So in my opinion, I would rate track days and drift experiences as a solid 8.5 out of 10. Next, we have Takeover meets. One of the worst ones in the car scene. You've probably seen Takeover meets all over TikTok and Instagram, where cars block off junctions or car parks while someone's just dragging the car around like it's Formula D, and there are people who are recording just mere 3 feet away from the vehicle. Sure, that you have a rush of adrenaline, there's a bunch of hype and a lot of smoke, but it's stupidly dangerous. One small mistake and someone can be hospitalized, and who's going to get into the fault? The driver. But luckily, police are cracking down on these. Not just for the drivers, but for any person attending the meets as well. In London and Birmingham, there are injunctions in place, meaning that even if you are at the meet itself, you can get fined or banned from future meets. It may gain you clout on social media, but is it really worth it if you're going to go to court after? Yeah, and these meets, they may be good in person, but you're going to be thinking to yourself, is it really worth being here when cars are being destroyed and police are being called just for bad behaviour? It's not worth it in the end. So to me, Takeover meets 0 out of 10. They don't appall to me at all. And finally, we have Cars and Coffee. These are early meets which are chill and which are packed with supercars, classic cars, and even some of the most cleanest builds you'll ever see. You'll see rows of Porsches, mint condition E30s, and maybe you'll see that dream Ferrari or McLaren you've been looking at constantly. Here, there is no revving, there's no burnouts, it's only full of respectful walking, complimenting cars, and a strong caffeine buzz. Police are rarely an issue at these events, as they are official, organised at venues, which are usually private. However, at these meets the crowds are more serious. If you rock up in a Corsa, start redlining it, people are gonna stare at you, or are gonna become embarrassed and want to leave without hesitation. These meets may be more, I wouldn't say boring, but a little more laid back compared to your normal meet, but they are more mature, they hold more heritage, and they are a good vibe if you appreciate the culture. So, I rate Cars and Coffee 9 out of 10. And now that we have reached the end of the video, I will show up on screen the different rankings of the different meets, and maybe even in the comments you guys can tell me your rankings and see if they are similar to mine. So there you have it, 5 different types of car meets in the UK. So whether you enjoy shooting rollers at 1 AM, sipping flat whites next to Countach's, or pretending your course is a Carrera, there's always a spot for you in the car scene. But just remember, what you do at one car meet follows you to the next one. And I know a lot of YouTubers say this, and I know it's overused, but if you have enjoyed the video, please make sure to like, maybe subscribe. In the comments below, let me know what are some of your most memorable moments at a car meet and what the best car you saw at a meet was. This has been Sandis, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.